following is an exclusive presentation of Ravens Productions.
Coming up on this week's edition of Ravens Report, we go all access as Lamar Jackson and the Ravens put on a show in Cincinnati. We sit down with linebacker Matthew Judon, plus we preview this week's AFC matchup against Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans. All of that and more on this week's Ravens Report.
15-10-5, touchdown Ravens. They are dancing in the aisles. Oh, what a scene we have at M&T. Ravens on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Welcome to this week's edition of Ravens Report from the Under Armour Performance Center. I'm Erin Hawksworth. What a game against the Bengals. The Ravens are 7-2 for the third time in franchise history and in first place in the AFC North. So before we look ahead to this week's matchup against the Texans, let's travel back to Cincinnati. That's where the offense was unstoppable. Lamar Jackson was perfect, and the Ravens turned takeaways into points. Take a look.
Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. A beautiful sunny Sunday here in the state of Ohio. They won't have the crowd energy to carry them. They'll have to do that themselves today as they try to improve against the 0-8 Cincinnati Bengals.
Beautiful day for some football.
Every position group, bring your best to the table. You already know what it is, bro. 60 minutes. Play sound football, great communication, great technique, and be relentless, dog.
Touchdown Ravens!
We're in our zone, let's stay there. This ain't no letdown, baby. Everybody up.
Makes a catch and is taken down. Touchdown Ravens! Lamar Jackson with the spin, the sprint, and the score.
He's like a Ferrari going back to there.
Touchdown Hollywood!
Flex on them boy at one time. Big boy. No little boy.
The way Lamar Jackson and this offense have changed the Ravens landscape. So the Ravens will have the ball first, and that will give Lamar Jackson a chance to see if he can't spot the Ravens a lead. On 1st and 10 from the Ravens 25. Jackson off the play fake with time, going deep down the middle. He's got Hollywood at the 30-yard line, makes a catch and is taken down. Jackson keeps it, rolls right, throws complete, touchdown! Mark Andrews, and the Ravens put up 6 on the opening drive.
It's touchdown. Yes!
And the Ravens waste no time getting this one done. The opening drive, they cap it with a 2-yard touchdown.
Nice job. Nice job. Nice job. Way to make it happen, 1-5. Way to make it happen.
Ravens offense has been hot early this season. Jackson wants to throw, steps up in the pocket, fires across the middle. He's got his man. That's Nick Boyle at the 15, 10, Boyle at the 5, lunges for the 1, and he's taken down just shy of the goal line.
You should have had 2 tubs, but you just want to find contact for no reason.
Gives it to Ingram, running behind Ricard, right side, pushes in, touchdown Mark Ingram. And the Ravens go 2 for 2 possessions and touchdown.
Hey, nice way to get it in. Hey, y'all get it in. Good job, Martin. Well done, man.
There's some grass out there, man, so you got to take advantage of the opportunity. One thing about it is I love y'all.
The Ravens have taken full advantage of a reeling Bengals team. Lamar Jackson out of the pistol, play action, steps up, fires to the end zone. He's got his man, Mark Andrews, touchdown Ravens! 3 for 3.
You got it. You got it.
Hey, keep beating Mark. You always saucing the first downs, but you need to sauce the touchdown.
Got nothing.
Ravens in front 21-3, but the Bengals on the move now for the second time here in the opening half. All it takes is one play to just stun everybody. Ryan Finley takes the snap, looks to the right, throws, intercepted. Marcus Peters has it along the near sideline 30. He's heading to midfield. Bengals 40, 30, 20, 10. Second time, pick 6 for Marcus Peters. And just like that, what little energy was hovering in the house deflates on the Bengals.
Hey, Marcus. Let's go, man. Hey, Marcus. Hey, job.
They thought it was sweet, but it was really sour. Hey, pick six shouted.
Until you've seen Lamar Jackson in person, you just cannot fathom how athletic, how quick, his instincts, and his ability to take over a game. Jackson will keep it on the read option. He's got it at the 40, 35, spins at the 30. He's got room, 20. Lamar Jackson, 10, 5, touchdown Ravens! Lamar Jackson with the spin, the sprint, and the score.
You wait till you see this run.
No.
We walked for it. We saw it. Well, I know that about it. Then you saw the tail end of it. Hey, as I said, you felt the breeze go by. Boom, here it goes. He's like a Ferrari going back through there.
You know, most quarterbacks think about stats. I'm about my team, coach. You get his stats. That's why you're a leader. That's why they love you. I love him too. That's why they love you. Yeah. That's why I love you too. I know, man. I love the way you play too. Appreciate it. You just don't flinch. You just attack. All you do is attack. Play ball. That's all I know. Yep. I watch it. That's how it was all my life. You're gonna keep me going. You know, little kids in this country will be wearing number 8 playing quarterback for the next 20 years. I can't wait to see it when I get older, but right now I gotta get right now. It's right. Yeah. Get it. That's right. Start with 1.
Hollywood Brown and Lamar Jackson have struck up a quick friendship, and Hollywood Brown says that is carrying right over onto the field. Empty backfield for Lamar Jackson. Bengals bring an all-out blitz. Jackson steps up, hit as he throws. He's got Hollywood Brown in the end zone. Touchdown, Hollywood! And Lamar Jackson delivers again. And the Ravens rolling now, 42-10 in front of the Bengals.
Yeah! Yes, sir! There we go. Yes, sir! There we go, Willie. Good job. Come on.
Hey, hold on, one time. Show him. Diamonds in my teeth. I'm a real big speaker. Big trust. You heard it.
Ravens rush 5, pocket collapsing. Finley hit, fumbles the ball, scooped up. Tyus Bowser has it at the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Ravens. And the defense delivers for a second time today.
Flex on them boy one time. Big boy. No little boy.
This one goes down as a Ravens rout. They beat the Bengals today, 49-13.
One time. Big trust.
On Sunday against the Bengals, Lamar Jackson posted his second perfect passer rating of the season. Lamar became the first quarterback to have 2 perfect QB ratings in the same season since 2007. Still to come on Ravens Report, he ranks 5th in the NFL with 19 quarterback hits. We preview this week's matchup against the Texans with linebacker Matthew Judon next. Welcome back to Ravens Report, presented by MedStar Health. I'm Erin Hawksworth. The defense has undergone a lot of change over the last 12 months and even looks different than at the start of training camp. One constant has been outside linebacker Matthew Judon. Matthew ranks 5th in the NFL with 19 quarterback hits and leads the Ravens with 4 sacks this season. The defense has evolved throughout the season and now is a dangerous unit, always looking to force a big turnover. Here's Evan Washburn with Matthew Judon.
Under pressure, sack back at the 48-yard line. Pressure off the edge came from Matt Judon.
Well, Matthew Judon, thanks for sitting down with us. When it comes to this team the last few weeks and what you guys have been able to put together, the results speak for themselves, but what I'm curious about is the ability to remain focused, motivated, no matter the record of the opponent. Obviously going from New England at 8-0 to an 0-8 team, and you guys didn't seem to change anything. How are you able to do that?
For real, I think it starts with our quarterback. Our quarterback just want to win games. He don't care who it is, and I think he's the driving factor, and we all just get behind him and we go. And as he goes, we go. And the defense playing really well right now. We scoring, and we emphasize that. Right now, it's just all about us. It's all about us mentality, and that's what we're trying to take into every game. It don't matter the record, the opponent, the division. None of that matters to us.
Lamar Jackson's become a star, but I think right behind him, you on Sunday Night Football mentioning Taco Bell captured a nation. I'm curious, one, what that response has been like, and two, did you celebrate the Cincinnati win with some version of a Taco Bell meal?
For sure, I definitely celebrated with Taco Bell, but you know, it was kind of a before the season actually started, we did those intros, and you know, shout out to them for putting that on there, man. So
it's the power of media and the power of production, and that's what this defense has been able to do, and you've been able to do. The quarterback hurries, the hits, those numbers for you in this defense are the ones that are near the top of the league. The sacks are challenging because teams seem to be getting the ball out really quick. What have you seen from the way offenses are approaching you guys?
They can't do their 5-step drawbacks, and they can't hold on to the ball forever. And with corners like Marlon, Jimmy, or Marcus, it's hard. So, you know, you throwing some short stuff, and we jump it and pick it because you're trying to get that ball out of your hands fast because of pass rush, or you hold on to it, and we're getting there, and we're hitting your quarterback. So it's kind of a pick your poison thing. Right now, I don't think too many offenses are picking right because, you know, we getting those turnovers, and we're getting off the field.
As a leader of this defense, what's that required for you when new linebackers come in? This week, 2 new defensive tackles right there along the front with you.
Just getting them up to speed. If we bring them in, we know they can play, but we don't know if they can play in a Ravens jersey. So we got to get them up to speed and make sure they can play how we want them to play, which is fast, physical, and dominant. We got to make sure that they can play like Ravens. You hear it all the time. I don't think it's just a saying. You know, it's a mindset that goes around here. So we got to get them up to speed in a playbook, and then we got to see what they can do.
Sunday we've got Watson, Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson. You already talked about what Lamar means to you. These two both make plays that make us as football fans kind of, you know, feel stunned. Give us a sense of what's going through your mind when you see these things.
Man, those are 2 good quarterbacks, 2 great quarterbacks, and I think they're going to be behind center for a long time, and they're changing the face of football. You know, Deshaun does a lot of great things for his offense. He gets out of the pocket, he makes plays with his arm, he makes plays with his feet. He knows how to keep the chains moving. He does a really good job of extending plays, and we gotta stop him from that. But you know, no slack to Deshaun, but I don't think it's anybody that can do what he does. I don't think it's anybody kind of made like that, you know, and just have a winning spirit. And you talk to him, he's soft-spoken. He's not arrogant. He always gives credit to his teammates first. And you kind of see the clips and the glimpses of it, and I can't emphasize it enough. All he cares about is winning. That's all he cares about. And I think having that guy leading your whole team, and especially the offense, it can be dangerous.
Well, it's been a fun few weeks for this team, for this defense. Matthew, we appreciate the time.
Thank you.
And hopefully we can get some Taco Bell when you're running that joint in a couple of years.
I got you. It's on the way.
In the last 5 games, the Ravens defense has allowed only 8 touchdowns, all while scoring 5 of their own. So if Marlon Humphrey, Marcus Peters, or any other defensive player is able to score a TD on Sunday, it will go a long way in ensuring the Ravens' 6th straight win. Coming up next on Ravens Report, the Ravens answered their statement win over the Patriots with another statement against Cincinnati. Now the Ravens take on the AFC South leading Houston Texans. We preview Sunday's game with head coach John Harbaugh next. Welcome back to Ravens Report. I'm Erin Hawksworth. This week's matchup against the Texans puts two of the NFL's top offenses on the field. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens rank number 1 in points scored and number 2 in yards per game. Meanwhile, Deshaun Watson and company boast the NFL's 4th best offense. To preview this Sunday's AFC matchup, here's Garrett Downing with head coach John Harbaugh.
Well, Coach, thanks so much for the time. I want to start with that win on Sunday. Congratulations on that victory. I'm curious, did any of the guys steal your sunglasses at the end of the game?
I don't have sunglasses. I have glasses, but they're prescription, so those guys, they wouldn't want to wear mine anyway. I don't think the style is quite right for them.
Right. In all honesty, it's just a great win. And something you talk about a lot is stacking days, stacking performances. What did that win say about your team that you were able to stack a great performance on top of beating the Seahawks and beating the Patriots?
Well, our guys are serious. You know, I appreciate the serious-minded approach they always take to it. They're very focused. They were excited to go out there and play the game. They knew how important it was, and you can't really follow up a really great performance or 2 great performances with a dud. You know, you've got to follow it up with another. You got to stack another great day, and that's what they did, and I'm proud of them for doing that. And the same thing we have to do this week.
Something I'm sure you've noticed this week. There's a few more people in the building, more cameras, more media people. They just seems the buzz is obviously growing around this team. How does that affect, or does it affect anything that goes on behind closed doors?
You know, it doesn't really. I mean, everything we do is just basically business-like. We come in together. We know the routine. Guys have a process. It's very professional. You know, it's starting to turn a little bit. The leaves have turned. It's going to be cold. It's going to be a team coming in here that's a leader in their division, and there's going to be a lot on the line, and everything's at stake in our mind. This week, everything's at stake. We've got to play our best football.
Houston Texans are obviously the team coming in this week, one of the best teams in the league. The quarterback, the receiver get so much attention. When you're looking at the film, what stands out to you?
Well, those 2 guys, they definitely stand out.
They catch your eye, I'm guessing?
They do. They have a really good back and Hyde. I mean, he's an Ohio State guy. Really good defense, very physical front, downhill. The 3rd best run defense in the National Football League, okay? So, you know, running is important to us. Stopping the run is important to them. Just a lot of interesting battles going to be going on Sunday.
Lastly, Coach, I know that RG3 is going to be simulating Deshaun Watson on the scout team this week. One of the things that Deshaun does so well is off script, you know, making plays, improvising. Is that something that you try to prepare for during practice this week?
We do. I mean, you know, RG3 Trace does a great job of it too, but there'll be plays where they'll try to do Deshaun in a sense. They'll try to move and step up and get out and throw downfield or run. The offense that they're running, they do the best they can. I think we're very blessed to have athletic quarterbacks to relate to a quarterback as talented as Deshaun Watson. So that's something that really helped us in practice this week.
Excellent. Well, we can't wait to see the action on Sunday, Coach. Thanks so much for your time.
Thanks, Garrett.
The Ravens are about to enter one of their toughest stretches of the season. Their next 4 opponents, the Texans, Rams, 49ers, and Bills, are a combined 25-11 and are all fighting for a spot in the playoffs. Coming up next on Ravens Report, in honor of Veterans Day, the Ravens hosted a football clinic for over 200 kids at Fort Meade.
We are all called to serve. Our family, our team,
Every single play, we fight.
our city.
Touchdown, Ravens!
But for the few among us, calling is different. It's a call to sacrifice, to be brave, to defend. And because of their bravery, we get to hit that spin move. Take it to the house and celebrate together. With you behind us, we can reach new heights. We know where we want to go. We know what it takes. And the best way to get there is to defend what's ours.
Welcome back to Ravens Report. From the Under Armour Performance Center, I'm Erin Hawksworth. Earlier this week, the Ravens hosted a special youth football clinic in honor of Veterans Day at Fort Meade Military Base. The event is designed for children whose parents currently serve or have served in the U.S. military. During the clinic, about 200 kids learned about the fundamentals of football with a military twist.
Hey, right, what's your name, bro? Hugo? Trace, nice to meet you. What's up? Madison, nice to meet you.
Oh, yeah, we there. Let's go. Oh, you, all right. I bet you can't get on. Oh, you fast.
Use your legs, use your legs, use your legs. No, underneath. There you go, push it down. How you doing? Come on, you ready to go?
We're at Fort Meade today. I was working with, the young receivers of the world. We were just working on our, stance and starts and running a couple of routes. Set. After they catch the ball, they better go score. So I was trying to beat them to the end zone sometimes if they were jogging. So, I think they had a really good time out here tonight.
There you go score, yeah. Yeah, good catch.
You like the Cowboys? They lost yesterday.
So if I'm on this side, put this elbow on top. There you go. And if I'm on this side, that one goes on top, right? So right now you're gonna be the quarterback in front. You go set, go. You're just gonna open up and just extend it out as far back to him as you can. We're just doing basic quarterback, running back exchange. Same thing that we do every day in practice. So just them working on, the quarterback getting the ball and turning it, getting the running back, pulling the ball and all that. So it's big in our offense, what we do. So that's all we're doing with these kids out here. It's awesome to be able to come out here onto a military base and work with kids of service members, especially on a day like Veterans Day where everyone's already remembering the sacrifices that they make and protecting our country and allowing us to have the liberties and freedoms that we do.
I think the Ravens coming to Fort Meade is an excellent way for them to show how important the military is to the community here in Maryland. Fort Meade's the largest employer in the state of Maryland. And to give back to the community in this way on Veterans Day is an awesome event for the Ravens to do.
1, 2, 3!
What a great event. In honor of Veterans Day, the Ravens will honor those who have served in the armed forces this Sunday during our Salute to Service game. Sitting atop the AFC North standings with a 2-game lead over Pittsburgh, the Ravens have a slim margin for error heading into one of their schedule's toughest stretches. This Sunday's game should be a good one, featuring 2 MVP candidates. And be sure to stay connected all week long with the Ravens mobile app. Download it for free in your app store. We'll see you next week on Ravens Report.